Welcome back to the Eagle AI Agency. I just wanted to cover a few things, especially when it comes to owning or building your own AI. What I've seen in the market so far is that people will be either buying or trying to take prompts that people have already built. And the main issue with that is white labeled AI products typically only leverage specific skills that aren't inside of your own business. What I found is the most important thing for most businesses is to attach the skills of your business and the personality of your business inside an agent that actually knows you and knows those processes. A lot of white label products, what they do is they already have a instruction built for how to run your business and it doesn't coincide with the personality of your business. So what I found for me is the most beneficial way is to learn how AI actually works. Okay. And it took me, I think, about 2 months. It didn't take very long. Honestly, the first agent I built only took me 24 hours, but learning how to prompt the AI and how to talk to the AI has been super important. So I've built over 30 skills in my business, whether it's onboarding, whether it's client outreach, whether it's client email, whether it's just tasking and ordering, whether it's automations and email, automations and follow ups, automations and feedback, data collection, data analysis, and so many others. And the one thing that I found is AI is much simpler to use and it's much friendlier to use. And the reason being is wave two was you had to connect tools. You still had to have an engineering brain to connect tools and making connections or Zapier. And when it broke, it was very hard to fix. But today, wave three of AI is that you just prompt the text of what you actually want and it does the engineering for you. So the code is taken care of for you. And now it's just simple speech to a process that can be engineered for you in minutes. So the last skill that I built took me 20 minutes, and now it's pretty much taken over all of my onboarding, all of my tasking, everything off my hands. And to be honest with you, some days I'm trying to figure out how I can compound my actions because right now, as I speak, my AI is actually going through my Claude. My Claude is actually going through my CRM to update all my tasking. It's actually flipping through the screen right now. So now I'm like, how can I do two things at once? Now that I have an employee that I can actually task things to do, how do I actually now get more productive in other areas? And so what I've seen right now, just from a couple skills, it's saved me 10 hours a week. And the one question you got to continue to ask yourself is, how much am I worth hourly? If you're a business owner, you're typically going to say 50 to 100 hours, $100 an hour, which if you say it's $100 an hour, it saves you 10 hours. That's $1,000 a week that you're saving to be more productive in other areas. High revenue generating activity. And what I mean by that is now you can actually focus on the phone call. You can focus on the meeting. You can focus on what's next and being able to be more proactive. Most business owners are reactive. Let's say you finally get a client, you're onboarding the client, it takes 10 hours to get the contract back, to get the onboarding going, to set the meeting, to then set up systems or set up whatever you're doing, even do intake call and everything else. And now, because you did all those things, your pipeline went dry. And so, what happens is now you're living in this roller coaster, which then just gives you a second job. What you really want is that you onboarded that client and now you have another client being onboarded, you're having a meeting with another client. And so there's so many simple ways to be able to connect tools to your AI agent. So what I've built is in Claude Code is an executive assistant that allows you to be able to pretty much connect all of these tools together to then automate any workflow that you possibly can think of. So what I've built as well is that it can be very cost effective for small businesses in whatever angle that you want. For instance, Claude Code is $20. A lot of the LinkedIn tools that I have is maybe $99 a month. And then you have your CRM that can range between $50 to $97 a month. I'm a big fan of Go High Level. Everything's automated, everything connects to your executive assistant, everything's done. HubSpot's good as well, right? But now what you're able to do is that's only $200 and you can start adding tools like marketing tools, social media tools, scheduling tools, like all of my marketing. This video is going to be dropping without me doing anything. So my only thing I have to do is make a video every single week or more like maybe 2 videos, long form videos that will then be clipped and sent all across my social media to be posted. And so for me, and I also cloned myself and I have cloned agents and those things that are constantly putting out content too as well. That's allowing you to build this more organic compound of inbound leads. So the strategy really comes down to, hey, how do I own my business? The second portion of it is all the admin and websites and funnels that you need to build. For instance, if you don't have a good lead generation from your inbound leads, meaning if you don't have a lead magnet somewhere in the loop of what you do, you're going to miss out on thousands of contacts of people who are interested. So if you have a product or service and there's 100 people visiting your website, but you're not able to collect that data, you just miss out on 100 warm leads that either saw your Instagram, saw your YouTube, watched you, liked you, clicked the link, got to the website. Maybe bad timing, whatever it is. Maybe their kid next to them was like, "Hey, dad, I need you to go do this," forgets about you. And now you don't have a way to follow up with them or don't have any sequence to follow up with them. And all of that can be automated, even down to the call, right? And some people are iffy on the call, but that's fine. There are very good AI voice agents that can pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I saw you checked out the website for so and so. My name is so and so. My name's Rick. Just wanted to see, did you find anything interesting on the website?" That's it. And they say, "Yes, great. We'll love to send you a calendar invite for a time that Matt's free. What time works best for you?" Boom. And they book the call for you. So I've seen a lot of companies now building from a one person shop to $1 million business just with AI. You can employ every section of your business with employees. The one thing I really want to be clear of is a lot of people think AI is going to take jobs. Oh, it is. It's hands down going to take a lot of jobs. It's going to take a ton of jobs, especially if you are not investing in yourself to learn AI. So what they call this now is the co-op of AI operators. So if you're an executive assistant today, you have to be an executive assistant AI operator. If you are a admin assistant or whatever, you have to be an admin assistant AI operator. If you're not learning AI, if you're not learning these tools that I'm talking about to own a business, just to be able to run a business for somebody else, you're going to lose your job for sure. And the ones that are going to be lost first are the ones that people don't really want to do, the very dirty jobs that robots can take over with. The second wave is going to be people who don't understand AI, that only work admin roles that can be replaced because it's a redundancy. So the one thing I would tell you is if we're not learning these tools, whether it's actual pipelining business ownership, and then whether it's how to actually outsource admin work, it can be project management, it can be in Notion, it can be in all these other tools. Everything's AI friendly today through an API key. So how do you connect these API keys to a coder so that you're actually running these tools specifically for business owners? That's the key. And so there's two ways I've been working with people. One is just education. I have a school community. I talked about it before. You can learn these tools. You can actually get my executive assistant for $45. And then you can start adding skills for $20 a piece, right? So if you want a lead generator, you got it. If you want a funnel creator or website builder in minutes, you got it, right? But I also have a larger education where you're actually able to take one-on-one coaching for 3 months with myself. We build that executive assistant together, and then you're able to actually launch all these tools within your business. So if it's a more quicker way of wanting to do it, that's it. I do not believe in white label products, to be honest with you. It's just you if you could build it yourself, it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money. And the last piece is retainer. If you're a company and you don't have time to build these tools, but you want the internal like personality of your business to be in your executive assistant, you want it to be built, you want the infrastructure to be built, you want all that stuff to happen. I do build it for you. So I actually have it fully automated where if you say the word, I have the EA built in 3 seconds. No joke. Just send it to my main operator and it go ahead and builds your executive assistant. We'll build the personality of your business. We'll connect the tools. Typically, I would say people on for 6 months before they either want to decide to exit and just take the tool and use it themselves, or they want to scale from that place. So continue to add more tools, continue to add more capabilities. And then for me personally, I'm on the front edge of AI. So now you can actually learn from me what's the newest tool that you can actually apply and just continue to have agents within your business and scale your business. Thanks for staying for the whole call. If you stayed, like, share, comment if you want to. If you just want a conversation on what you should be doing and just an open conversation of where AI is today, I love doing those too as well. Doesn't necessarily have to be a sales call, but if you want to connect and really understand how AI actually works from a high level, and then start really understanding like, hey, how do I start thinking about this? That's where the community is free. And then as you continue to get more competent, you really want to start pulling the trigger on AI, would love to help. So see you guys on the next video.